It's actually pretty misleading to tell people that their bad habits aren't helping them anymore, and it's also very dangerous because you're shaming them while also not informing them as to why someone might still choose to self sabotage or hurt themselves or others. The reason why you still choose to engage in these bad habits, whatever they are, is because somewhere in your brain that bad habit used to work, even if it was only temporarily. It's not sustainable anymore. So the reason you keep doing it is because you haven't updated that coping response, and you're thinking that, well, if at least if I do this, I'll be safe, I'll be protected. That's what I need to do. There are no other options. And even if you know the other options, you are not in the practice of consistently doing that other option as opposed to the bad habit that you have been doing. For example, one of your bad habits is you go home and you immediately get on your phone or you start watching TV. Then that might be because you had an overwhelming day, and instead of allowing yourself to process that day, you choose to watch TV because somewhere in your brain subconsciously you feel like if you sit in those feelings of processing that you've had a bad day and everything seems overwhelming, that you're going to be judged, you're going to be hurt because maybe when you were younger, your parents made you feel bad for sitting in your feelings, so you learned how to dissociate, and that's probably why you're watching so much TV or scrolling on your phone the moment that you get back home from work. So it might be good for the next week or so to start recognizing what your bad habits are, your self-sabotaging behaviors, and then figure out how to grieve and work through whatever the root of that problem is. And then from there, you're going to be able to slowly but surely replace those outdated coping responses that are no longer helping you anymore. While also giving yourself grace, because sometimes we fall into bad habits, or sometimes we even have habits that might not need to be productive or helpful in any type of way. Watching TV sometimes isn't bad. Just find out what your bad habits are that are working for you, that are working against you, that are kind of neutral, which ones need to be updated to maybe something a little bit less harmful, because harm reduction is a thing, and just kind of go from there. But you don't have to subscribe to this ideology that you have to be this perfect person all the time who doesn't have any type of flaws or imperfections. Not only is it okay to be a human, but it's okay to just wake up and do your best day to day and just figure it out as you go. I think you're doing fine as long as you're trying your best not to hurt yourself or others. Anyway, I hope that helps at least one person. My name's Sarah. I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.